Tamaku Tagazani. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm happy to be back. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading. So you're going to choose between three piles. The topic is how can you prepare, or how are you going to prepare basically for the next coming season. You're going to prepare for your blessings and prepare for your challenges. Okay, so we're going to be getting insights on what to expect basically through the timeline of the next few weeks, the next few months, going to a couple of years maybe. Okay, so we'll see on the emphasis of the reading. And remember that please take what resonates and leave what does not, because there are many different people watching the reading. It is a collective reading, so not all messages are going to resonate. So please take the signs and the symbolisms that make sense to you. And the signs and symbolisms that are going to come out today, remember that the numbers may symbolize a date of event, any specific event mentioned in the reading. It could also relate to your age. It could be your birthday. It could be a certain month. It could be a life path number. Okay, it could be an angel number. It could also relate to any person that is mentioned in the reading that relates to your situation. Okay, it could be about them. Remember that also the letters could be your name, your surname, name in terms of middle name or how many names, doesn't matter. Could be a surname. It could be a name of a location, a place, maybe like where you live, where you work, okay, a certain country or whatsoever city, all that. It could be basically also relating to anyone, your child, your relative, your lover, anyone relating to you in the reading. It could also be a sign and symbolism of specific words maybe you see quite often during the day. Okay, so let's get started with the reading. So we're going to start with pile number 1, which is going to be the sun. Okay, if you chose the sun pile, we're going to be breaking down what to expect with the next coming blessings and challenges. Okay, so pile number 1, we have okay, so pile number 1, I basically wrote down some signs and symbolisms and keywords just to kind of like help me make this reading quick. Okay, so let's read the signs and symbolisms that I wrote down. So this reading might be basically very specific to a man or a masculine. Okay, you could be a masculine, you could be relating this reading to a masculine. We have angel number 777. We have March, June, July. We have 3, 6, 7, 15, 16. Okay, this could be a date. It could be a life path number. We have air sign or Aquarius, so a specific season that you may relate to, or it could be your star sign or anyone relating to you. It could be root chakra, so you might be focusing on the root chakra, or your root chakra is being highlighted in this particular season of your life. Okay, I think I basically mentioned the signs and symbolisms that I can think of. Okay, all right, so basically the cards that we have here is Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we have 7 of Pentacles, and we have 7 of Cups. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles and 7 of Cups have number 16 and number 7. So 16 and number 7 might be very significant. Maybe you also see number 1616 on the clock. Okay, all right. So basically the highlights of your next coming season and how you can prepare for this is that I said challenges. You may be dealing with being blindsided. I feel like here maybe there's a lack of information. Maybe somebody's going to hide information from you, or you're going to get incomplete information, okay? Or like maybe, for example, you're trying to apply for something and you keep going in circles, or it takes a long time because you're not getting all the right information, or you're not being given the right information. So that's an example, right? Or you're in a situation where someone is supposed to update you, give you this information, and they're hiding certain parts of that information. Okay, so maybe someone is also telling one side of the story. They're not being completely honest about you, about a specific story that they're telling you. Could be about someone or a situation, or about money. Okay, maybe it could be about an investment. Okay, I do see that maybe some of you could have so this, anything I refer to could be an experience that has already happened. Maybe you have a history, maybe some sort of history with these kind of experiences, guys. And this is a challenge that you might be breaking. You understand? So I do see that maybe some of you were blindsided. So maybe you were scammed, okay? Or somebody stole from you, or you are in a situation where somebody didn't give you basically the best treatment in terms of how to encourage your self-esteem, because I do see that some of you, maybe you struggle with your self-esteem, like you are very blindsided in terms of how, you know, people like certain intentions that people have with you. Okay, maybe like you're a people pleaser, for example, right? And then you put people first, or you do anything to please people, right? Or certain people's opinion, they matter a lot. Okay, so I do see that the challenges that you're dealing with is your self-esteem. Like I said, a little bit of people pleasing. But I also do see that maybe you might be dealing with maybe being someone who's put in a corner, or like you're an outcast, like you are different from everyone, right? You might be maybe different in terms of your sexuality, okay? Maybe you're someone that was in the closet, or you were someone, maybe you were like you were very attracted, or you were very connected to a very masculine side of yourself. So whether you're attracted to males as a male, or you are a female who feels called to embrace your masculine energy. So maybe you're someone who's queer in your own kind of way. Maybe you're someone who is maybe lesbian, and you are like a stud. You're very into the masculine energy, okay? Maybe you're someone who's also just generally into both. It's up to you, right? But I do see that maybe you've struggled a lot with identifying your sexuality, or being honest about this version of yourself, okay? How you're attracted to this masculine energy within you or outside of you. So I do see that some of you, like I said, people made you feel weird about certain things that you liked. People may have bullied you as well. I do see maybe some of you got bullied, or maybe you were always alone, okay? You were such a loner, because in all these cards you're like someone who's alone, right? So maybe you're quite a loner. One of your challenges is having to walk this path alone. You might be someone who's single. Maybe you struggled with like getting into like stable relationships, whether it is with friendships or a lover, okay? But I feel like maybe your struggle is stability in terms of having someone to share an experience with, right? So most of the time you find yourself doing things alone, whether it is you know, being alone at work, like doing, maybe you're not so much of someone who works well with groups, or groups make you feel weird, if you get what I mean. like there's a sense of judgment, like people maybe judge you for the way that you think or your interests. Okay, I do also feel that some of you, it could be just that people are intimidated by you. I feel like some of your challenges is the fact that people like are very intimidated by your mindset or the way that you do things. I do feel like some of you are also very strict, or you're very picky, or the fact that you really like your space. I feel like some of your challenges is going to be coming out of your comfort zone for some of you. Some of you, it may be just being able to mingle amongst other people after being in the cocoon, or being a homebody, or being someone who's closed themselves up for a very long time. Okay. Okay, what else did I write? Okay, so basically, this reading itself is just telling you to prepare for these challenges, right? And I feel like the blessings that you can look forward to is basically, I feel like you're going to be more confident in your sexuality, your sexual energy, okay? Or you're going to be able to identify your sexuality. Maybe if you struggle to identify or put yourself in a space to be like, okay, what am I into? Who am I? How do I express myself, right? Some of you maybe could have had like trouble in bed, okay? Some of you could have had like sexual issues. Maybe you had like manhood issues. For some of you, could be also just women, but I feel like maybe you struggled, in the intimacy department. So I feel like you're going to be finding different ways to explore your sexual energy. Maybe you're gonna like explore how to pleasure yourself, or how to pleasure other people better. Okay. But I do see you becoming more curious and finding better ways to like explore. So definitely put yourself out there. I think it's time for you to come out of that comfort zone, or come out of that cocoon. Okay, obviously you have to be aware of who you let into your space, have discernment of who you allow into your space, and allow obviously people that respect your boundaries, right? Always have your boundaries, but you definitely need to share the world with other people. Okay. I do see that your blessings are going to be your hard work paying off. Your hard work is definitely going to be paid off, and I do see someone getting paid. So someone is going to get paid for something they're really good at, or something they've really worked hard at. Okay. For example, if you were an outcast at work, maybe you were the weird person, or you struggle to get challenges because maybe people who always got promoted and people who got things and rewards were people who were favored, right? So now you're finally being the person who's chosen. So maybe you ignored for a while, or you were not seen. So because I do see that some of your challenges was being seen, being in the spotlight. But like, it's like finally you're kind of like in the spotlight. Now you're confident, right? Okay. So some of your struggles is that when you do receive these blessings, people are going to maybe judge you and say you're a show off. Okay. Or you think you're better than other people. Okay, I see like weird judgments. Okay, whether you succeed, whether you fail. So I don't really think you should care too much about what people have to say. This people pleasing is something you have to work on, to basically put yourself in the forefront, okay, and prioritize yourself, and not be blinded by the illusions maybe people may cause in your path. Okay. I do see that you're going to unlock some of your gifts, or some new ideas, or some new ways to basically empower yourself to make money, and to also express yourself, and also build a sense of stability. Okay, I do see that you're going to unlock some hidden gifts, things that you cannot see about yourself. You're going to be unlocking a lot about your interests, your hobbies. I feel like you're going to discover new hobbies, new ways to have fun. Okay. So there's definitely going to be a huge element of surprise. Okay. And I said here leadership position. So some of you are going to be maybe in a position of authority or position to be a leader. So you might be someone, maybe for example, you're going to be a father, you're going to be a person of authority at home. Okay. Or some of you are going to receive a partner that is going to be a man of authority and a man of honor, right? For some of you, you could be in a situation where at work you are being seen as a person of authority, where you are in a high leadership position. Okay. Or you're given a sense of responsibility that is in the position that you've always desired for yourself. Okay. So I do see you being chosen this time, or being handpicked, or being in the spotlight, or being finally seen. Okay. But yeah, be careful of some people that are trying to like distract you, because I do feel like there's going to be some challenges with maybe distractions. Like I said, it's just these judgments, misleading people, not giving you the right information. It could even be just gossip. Like maybe people come and they gossip and they give you all the wrong information just to start a fight, for you to have a fight, to fight with somebody, right? Okay. So I do see that in your preparation season, you are going to be required to rest because you're about to receive, right? And that's why in most situations you found yourself alone, because you've also had to differentiate the seasons for yourself. Okay, so you are in the season of receiving. I do feel like you see, it's almost like you are in the season of being celebrated, or being in a position where you're being seen as you are celebrating yourself. Okay, so you're going to be receiving a reward here. Okay, right? And you're confident, you know you're deserving of this. Okay, so in your season of preparation, please know that you are deserving. I feel like you also need to shift your self-esteem in, so that you believe more in yourself, believe more in the things that you're doing. Believe more in your quirkiness, your unique style, how you stand out. Okay, and understand that even if people are intimidated, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. Okay. Okay. So this season, also prepare yourself for some really, really tricky energy, or some liars. Okay. So like I said, scammers. So you might have like a couple of scammers there. You might have a couple of liars, couple of gossipers, bad mouthing people, or you just might be involved with someone who has a really bad tongue, like a silver tongue, like they're very sharp with their words, they're very raw, and this could be what is triggering your self-esteem, or cutting deep. Okay, in the way that cutting you deep, and influencing the way that you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself. Okay, so this may be the temptress, because it says here seduction, deceit, a broken promise. Somebody also might really hurt your feelings in the process of whatever they're doing. Somebody might also, like I said, distraction, seducing. Okay, distractions. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, maybe some of you might be dealing with like cheating, maybe someone cheating at work to get a position, or you being cheated in a relationship. Okay. But I see some broken promises here as well, someone not sticking to what they said, or someone basically just doing the opposite of what they were supposed to do. Okay. We have, oh, I already said the numbers here, harmony, and we have power, self-confidence, and productivity. So you're going to be building back your confidence because of these challenges. I feel like you're going to learn to trust your gut, learn to trust your voice more, and learn to trust yourself in terms of like your discernment, because you're going to have a gut feeling about these people. So trust yourself in the season of preparation. Okay, trust your gut. If you feel a certain way about something or someone, then trust that gut. Okay, don't question a little bit too much. Yes, you can maybe wait and listen to it a couple of times and be like, am I sure, but don't eventually brush it off all the time, because if it's repetitive, it's showing up all the time, then it means it's something you really need to look at, right? So yeah, it is going to be a power struggle for some of you. Your challenge may be just generally the power struggle in your spaces, in the circle of people. Like I said, you're going to be put in the spotlight. Like, people are going to be like, who do you think you are? Or some people are really just going to congratulate you and be like, wow, they're amazing. But it's like a power thing. People are seeing you in your power, and people are like, we don't know what to do with you. We don't know what to do with you. So some of them might try to bring you into a lower vibrational energy by like saying negative things, or including you in negative activities, kind of vibe. So just watch out, okay? But yeah, I do feel like eventually in the space in your season, okay, of preparation, like I said, you're in the season of receiving, and in your season of receiving, you're going to start experiencing this harmony. And in the season of harmony, your productivity is not necessarily going to be about like overworking or over tiring yourself. It's no longer going to be about that. I feel like you're going to have more ease into it, because now you've really mastered, right? It's almost like maybe you have like 3 certificates or 3 medals or 3, it's like you've been doing this, you've been getting rewards, for this, or it was a reward overdue. Maybe you've been doing this for 3 years, and you've been really good at it, and only now you're finally getting that reward, type of vibe, okay? But it shows that you're very productive, you're very good with what you do in terms of your hard work. So we have here 6 of Swords came in reverse, okay? We have stuck, stalemate, unwanted proposals, unwanted offers, lack of empathy. So we're speaking about how your experience could be with someone who lacks empathy, or who lacks compassion because of the way that they speak, or how harsh they are. Unwanted proposal and unwanted offers, we're speaking about how you're feeling rejected, how you were not always seen, your ideas were always put on the side, you were the outcast, right? You were the weirdo, or people were just always judgmental of things that you had to offer, right? Some people maybe never just took the time and day to pay attention. People didn't really see, like they just, didn't focus so much on what it is that you had to offer. You may have felt stuck for quite some time, okay, but you're coming out of this energy. You're coming out of this stuck energy, and I feel like most of you, this preparation season, you're going to realize that the challenges that you're dealing with are based on the choices of who do you bring in your circle. Because you saw most of the cards, you are alone. Most of your victories are when you're alone, okay? And don't get me wrong, you need people, right? But you're in a space where when you're alone, there's no arguments, there's no judgment, it's just you. You're the one holding yourself back, right? So you don't have fingers or people to blame. You can't point fingers except yourself. So I feel that you growing a lot more quicker into understanding that even pointing fingers, even pointing at yourself, doesn't necessarily help unless you come with a resolution to understand what's okay. How do I resolve A, B, C, and D and D? Yes, maybe I made a mistake here, or yes, maybe this happened, but how do I now resolve it so that, I come out of this energy? Okay. So instead of like you focusing on breaking yourself down and, oh, I'm such a terrible person, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I'm really dumb for choosing that guy, instead of you breaking your own self-esteem and being negative towards yourself for situations that may feel like failure, failures where people failed you or you failed, okay, it's like you coming out of that energy of self-hate, self-blame, um what is the word? There's a word I'm looking for, but it didn't come out. But yeah, just basically you self-sabotage. Yes, you being in a position where you're constantly pointing fingers and looking for someone to blame. So now you're understanding where you're accountable and where other people are accountable, and you're understanding, okay, how can I what can I do, to control the parts that I can control to better my life. Understanding that it's not everything that you can't control people, right? So what do I do to control the situation that can benefit me? So that means I control my mind, I control my words, I control my feelings, my emotions, I control how I contribute to a situation, how I react. Do you understand? So you're starting to look into more and more and more of that. Okay? So this one says, move from problems and be mindful of what you take, right? The discernments. So also what you take, be careful of the information that you're receiving as well. Don't just trust people, okay? It says you are strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. This is the Knight of Swords. Okay, and here it says hard, fearless, ambitious, competitive, logical, scientific, skillful, brave, clever. So you might be a very scientific person, or you're very curious about science. Some of you, maybe your challenge maybe like dealing with like technology issues. Maybe I said something about someone stealing. Maybe someone might steal your phone, your gadgets, your laptop, or whatever it may be, right? Something scientific like technology, but it's like an equipment, okay? So like some of you may be really dealing with a competitive person, someone whose ambition gets over them, goes over their head because of their ego as well. So you might be really dealing with like a narcissist, a egoistic person type of vibe, competitive. But I see that you're going to be using your logic in this situation. You're going to be very mindful as well. You're going to use your skills to benefit you, and you want to show off, and I feel like you're going to be recognized for your skills. Be brave and be very smart, because it's clever. So be clever, be smart, but also be brave, have courage, be confident. Okay, you have what you need. It says here, opening to communication groups and growth. See, we're speaking about the groups, the growth, and opening up to how you express yourself in these groups or circles, and just yourself generally in your time of growth. Okay, expressing yourself to yourself. Okay, your love language to yourself. Okay. Okay. It says here, alcohol for the alcoholic is like crutching the cripple. So these situations may have crippled you, and I think you're coming to that realization, okay, of how these situations have crippled you, near misreporting. And I feel like also maybe there were situations where you might have dealt with like abusive people, like emotionally abusive or physically abusive, but I feel like you did, there's situations where you needed to report this. Maybe, for example, you were bullied at work, right? And you needed to report the situation. So some of you, if you are currently dealing with it, please report it, get assistance, get help. Report this person, whoever this person that's trying to cripple you or trying to hurt you or has bad intentions. Okay. Report this person through prayer and whatever legal matters, if it's really like bad. Okay, because there's fatality. So if it's fatal and it's bad, please report it. Unsafe act, if this person is doing like bad things, okay, report it. Minor injury, yeah, I feel like some of you, yeah, someone might have also put you in a situation that cause some sort of pain, like you might have ended up losing money because of this person, or you might have really lost something important because of this person. Your dignity, your integrity, it could be anything. Okay, whatever you may relate to. This could be also jealous friends, jealous people, jealous lover, jealous whatever. Okay. So please report, guys, if this is like really, really bad. Okay. So we have here not the right time. So some of you, maybe if you have questions, this is also emphasizing certain questions. So some of you, it's saying it's not the right time. Meditation brings answers, so definitely pray about it. Also resonating with what we said about you being in your space of your time of preparation. So meditate, pray about it. You're going to get the answers that you need. Okay. So let's see what else. Responsibility, harmony, alignment, healing, and empathy. So yeah, this is your healing season. Your season of preparation through these challenges and this blessing is the healing work that you are going to be doing, throughout this time. And this is going to align you with all the right things, the right people, the right places. Harmony came out twice, so you are going to have this as your end goal. And responsibility, we spoke about you taking accountability the same way that you expect accountability from people, right? I do see that you're setting really healthy boundaries in terms of how you are showing people. You're showing people how to love you, showing people how to respect you, showing people how to treat you. Okay. So it may not be the right time. It may not be the right time for someone here in terms of maybe like certain people, like I said, there might be certain people giving you certain information or seduction, trying to trick you, trying to distract you, trying to sell you dreams or an illusion. So it's like it's really not the right time to be taking any information or trusting any information outside of yourself, because it's saying meditation brings answers, which is when you are in touch with God, right? When it's you and yourself and your higher power, the universe, the divine, whatever you call it. And it's like when you get in touch with that higher power is when you have your answers. So it's not the right time to be looking outside yourself. Yes, obviously you can look for guidance, that's fine, but then you must understand that your guidance, your inner guidance, is probably going to be more vocal, more louder than every other person. Okay. And they said take time, right? Because here it did say that move from problems and be mindful of what you take. So be mindful of the information that you take, or anything that you take. It may be even an item, it doesn't really matter. Be mindful of anything that you take from someone that makes you feel uncomfortable, that makes you feel some type of way. Okay. It says here, affirmation: I listen to myself and I acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and I retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and I am respected by others. See, so you're going to be highly respected at this time by other people, because you're teaching people how to respect you. That's all right. Okay. And just basically how you attend to your own needs. I do see that your preparation season, you're going to validate your own needs. Okay. Yeah. And being brave and being gentle is very highlighted. So be very kind and loving to yourself. Be gentle by prioritizing yourself. And then also be brave in the process of choosing yourself, because it is the right choice, okay? You don't always have to put other people above yourself, okay? I think I've mentioned mostly everything. So some of you, maybe your challenge was also generally like maybe a physical blindness. Maybe they like you have you're colorblind, or you wear glasses, you're not perfect eyesight, and that's why you were weird at school and stuff like that. Some of you could have really dealt with struggles from the childhood phase, and this could have crippled you into your adulthood. It made you insecure, but I feel like you're really conquering your insecurities here. Okay. It says, what else could this mean? We have There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Today's soul action. Is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Okay? Okay, so you might have, like I said, you were really blind to certain patterns, like certain triggers. You were pointing fingers, for certain because of certain traumas that you went through. But it says, our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears. So I do see that your preparation season is a lot of your fears are going to be coming to the surface, and you're also going to be learning how to face them and conquer them. Okay. And this is also part of you being brave. It's just being brave enough to stand on the decision to prioritize certain things that you need to work on yourself. And also being able to put yourself in someone's shoes. I feel like you're going to be understanding, because you're going to be more accepting of how someone is. Okay, so you're going to be understanding in terms of, oh, okay, no, I understand this person cannot provide a certain need for me. I understand this person is like this, and I cannot force them to be a certain way, right? And that is acceptance. So you're putting yourself in their shoes and seeing yourself in their shoes and understanding their perspective, but you're saying, this does not work in my favor. Being around you or being your friend, or if this is the mentality that you have, I cannot have a connection with you if you are choosing a path that is heading this direction. So then I have to separate myself, or whatever it may be. Okay. Okay, last few messages. We have grandparents, grandma, or grandpa. Okay, some of you, your experience might be relating to a grandmother or a grandpa. So anything that we have mentioned. So these blessings could be a grandmother, for example. Okay, you might be getting assistance from a grandmother. Okay. Or a masculine, you might be getting help and assistance from a grandpa, but I do see that maybe your grandparents might be a big highlight at this time. The role that they play in your life, whether it is the negative version of what we spoke about or the positive version. Okay, it says anointed, chosen by the divine. So you are anointed. The colors are not going to show, guys. You are anointed and chosen by the divine. So you have a very high anointing over your life. A winner. You are a winner because you are anointed. Okay. So I do see that in your path you have been always surrounded and protected, or surrounded by these angelic forces that are guiding you. Hence the saying meditation bring answers. It's like you're finally also connecting with your higher power. You're finally rooting yourself to get these messages, to receive this guidance. Okay. So you're realizing that your life is anointed. You're realizing the gifts and the abilities that you have, what it is that you have to offer. It has value. So on and so on and so on. Okay. And you are in the winners team. So I do see that you're going to be someone who's going to be in the winners team, or you are the winning team. And people are going to see that. And some people are going to want to join. Cardinal signs. You might be Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. A color you may be seeing often is red, also the root chakra. Silver or gray, might be seeing signs or symbolisms of this color. You might be feeling like wearing these colors. Okay, wants to exchange destinies, wants to be you. So somebody might be really jealous to a point where they really want to be you or have your life. Somebody might be really like bad mouthing or trying to discredit, or spreading lies about you and stuff like that. And it could also be This could also be about you, maybe, for example, being competitive in a situation, like you're comparing yourself. And this goes back to the self-esteem, like you compare yourself with people to feel a certain way, and it's like there's really no need to compare. And you cannot compete where you don't compare, which means also you cannot compete with people that you cannot compare yourself with, because at the end of the day, your life is anointed. You are in the winning team, and certain people are not exactly in the winning team, because if you think of yourself as someone who has to bring someone down in order to win, then it means you're already down. Okay, so yeah, be bold and be brave. Water magic, water spirits. Some of you might be highly connected to water spirits or water magic. Maybe you were being assisted by someone who does water magic, or who is connected to water spirits. This could also be your guides, from your grandparents, like your ancestors. If you are a believer of water spirits, this could be your grandparents, okay, being connected to the water spirits. So you might be assisted at this time by them, this protection you're receiving, because I do see that there is a little bit of deceit they are protecting you from. Whether this could also be like witchcraft involved, whether this is like someone who is maybe dabbling in like water magic. But I do see that you are highly protected by your spirit guides, okay? Okay, so comfortable in your own skin, love your body. You love your body, you're very comfortable in your own skin. Honor, okay, you are a person of honor. People honor you. Eventually they will. Some of them, even your haters, are going to respect you, okay? I'm joyful and happy. I see that you're very joyful and happy. Oh, this is the life that you're going to have. You're going to be someone who is, if you were always like, depressed, anxiety, you're always sad, you always, you couldn't fully enjoy your life. I feel like you're going to change because of the challenges that you're going through. They're teaching you the lessons that we've spoken about, and you're taking charge in terms of making sure that you work through them so that you can become this person who is joyful and who is happy. Okay, Virgo. Some of you might be a Virgo or the season. Leo, Pisces. Then the angel number, we have 333. The ascendant masters are right by your side and assisting you. You're in great hands, okay? So you're receiving support at this time. You're being supported, so you're in great hands. It says you are completely surrounded by angels. Embrace the support. See? Protection. Open up about your fears. So definitely working on those fears. 1313, you might be seeing 1313, which number 13 adds to a 4, so 4. Definitely lots of 4s. And then here 1818, okay, it's break old habits, face your shadows, and heal your wounds. So definitely a lot of healing work from those past traumas, okay, and a lot of pain that was inflicted by the outside world, okay. And you're letting go of those old habits, you're working on those shadows, and you're really benefiting from everything that you are doing. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, pile number 2. Okay, so pile number 2, you've chosen the moon card. Okay, the moon card. All right, so pile number 2, we're going to read the signs and symbolisms first, because I've written down some notes. So the signs, you might be relating to a man or a masculine energy. We have angel number 1010, 1919, 111, 999. Okay, so we have also January, February, September, October, November, and July. Okay, so it's February, July, September, October, November. Okay, we have number 1, 2, 7, 9, 10, 11, 19, 20, 35, and 40. So these numbers may be your age, your angel number, or a date. Okay, and then we have the chakra, heart chakra, and the star signs or season is water sign or Pisces. Okay. Okay, so for pile number 2, some of the blessings and challenges to expect and how to prepare. Okay, so what are you preparing for? We're preparing for ourselves. Okay, so the keywords that I wrote here for pile number 2, the challenges. Okay, so it's Ace of Swords. We have Two of Cups. We have Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we have here, I wrote Fatal Attraction. So this pile, I felt like, yeah, some trouble in paradise a little bit. So for some of you, it may be a situation that your challenges are going to be having a fatal attraction with someone. Whether this is you or the other person, but I feel like maybe there will be a little bit of obsession over a situation. It could be obsession about something or about someone. Okay, you could be obsessing over a decision or obsessing over a choice that you made. Maybe this is a choice where you're kind of like bringing yourself down about it. Okay, this is like a regret kind of decision. Okay, or this is like regretting a decision you made about someone. Okay, something that cut you in the process. Okay, but also fatal attraction in terms of like maybe you have someone who's really obsessed with you. With this pile, I felt like maybe this could be also a situation where there's like a betrayal from someone that you shared your cup with, someone that you really, really trusted. This pile is like someone that you really, really trusted, like someone you thought had your back. And I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry, guys. I feel like maybe there's also going to be difference of beliefs. This could also be a situation where this is like a judgment. For example, I'm just making an example, right? So for example, maybe you have a child or you get married and then a family member judges you for having a child or getting married, um and they're like, I'm cutting you out of my life because if you decide to choose this person, if you choose your child or you choose your partner over me, then you can leave my house. And what, like a really hectic interaction where it's like choosing me over another person or choosing something over me. Okay, I'm seeing like that kind of interaction here. Someone might also maybe be fighting with their father, having like differences with their father, trying to gain respect from their father. I'm seeing like father issues. Someone could be also dealing with some father issues. Maybe you've been dealing with long like betrayal over the years with a father. I see that some of you are going to be really struggling being challenged with like trust issues. You may be really struggling with trusting, deeply trusting someone in a relationship. Mostly here I see romantic, and mostly here I see like father figure. Okay, so, or you as a father, because some of you could be the father here. Okay, you could be the father to a child that, for example, so you could have a relationship and you're a father to the child of your partner, and you the one who's struggling to build a relationship with your child, for example. So some of you could be maybe dealing with struggles with a male child, a boy child. Okay, so even if you are a mother, you may be struggling with like your boy child, your son. Maybe you're struggling with certain differences or beliefs. Maybe also trusting them. You may be struggling with like letting them be because they like growing up, and you're struggling with like trusting them to be responsible, to stand up for themselves, to go out there in the world. So maybe your fears about trusting, your trust issues may be with your own child. Okay, some of you here, it may be generally the father of your child, or it may just be a situation where you could have an obsession about this masculine. Okay, you have this obsession with this masculine, maybe particularly something they did. Okay, or this person is obsessed with you. Whoo, yeah, this is hectic. I do also see that your blessings to expect, or your blessings, that you can prepare for, is basically restoring balance in your life, in your situation with this person. So if you have differences with the father figure, okay, or with the father of your child, I do see that there will be a way to resolve balance, okay. May not necessarily be like the perfect balance, like the perfect way to go through it, but I do see that you are going to restore balance in your life. So maybe this person won't be bothering you so much. I also wrote freedom. You may be free from this person. So maybe some of you could have been struggling to leave a toxic situation with a person because you are financially dependent on them, right? And I do see that some of you are going to have financial freedom. Some of you are going to be receiving a new love life. So you coming out of this negative in connection is going to bring in your rightful soulmate or twin flame or lover or whatever it may be. So some of you definitely see you finally celebrating with someone who sees you as worthy. Okay, things are going to be taking flight here, okay? I feel like it's going to be a divine interaction. Like you guys are, it's like serendipity, it's like blessing in disguise, where you bump into this person. Like your story, in the way that you're gonna tell it, is gonna be like, oh my gosh, it was so unexpected, I didn't see it coming, but when I met him, he felt like I knew him, he felt like home, or he felt like this, or we felt like best friends. Like in the moment when you meet, you not going to recognize that this may be immediately that this is someone that I like or whatever. I feel like there's going to be something that brings you together, and eventually, as you guys go with time, you realize how you're meant for each other, okay? Because you have trust issues. Okay, so you're still working on those trust issues, kind of like trying to find your way in terms of opening up to love, okay. I do see some of you that maybe you might be receiving like custody in a situation. You're going to be receiving custody of your child, or if you are trying to give the other child custody, I just see the process of custody being successful here. I don't know what it is exactly. Maybe also child maintenance type of vibe. This also may be a situation of a court case about anything. Maybe this could be like protection order if it's really that bad. Guys, report things like this if it's like hectic, okay. Yeah, but I see like this is a situation where you may have really dealt with like a toxic individual. This person could be a snake. Okay, could have been a snake. Okay. You could have also maybe experienced like a lot of karma, like bad karma or karmic debt, because of this energy that you kept around. Okay, maybe this is a masculine, or just generally like this person brought a lot of bad luck or a lot of bad fortune in your life. This person maybe took a lot more from you. Maybe they were depending on you financially, you were the one supporting them financially, or you were dependent on them, but a sense of codependency here, but a toxic one, okay. Whether it's emotionally, financially, or any kind of way, but there was a lot of attachment here. You had an unhealthy attachment. So I do see you being free from this unhealthy attachment. I feel like the acceptance here in the situation is understanding that you cannot keep holding on to the knife, because the more you keep holding on to the knife, the more you bleed. Okay, so you're gonna have to let go so that you can stop bleeding. Understand that this situation is a knife. Okay, so wow, okay. So I see definitely you being free. Okay, for some of you, what I also sense is that maybe the challenge is that somebody that you did, reports and have protection order, or was arrested maybe for like hurting you, right, for some sort of crime. Maybe this is someone who actually committed a crime. Okay, I see that maybe they might be released soon, and you're scared because of that. Okay, so I do feel like you really need to talk to someone, and also make sure that you do report anything that feels odd. If you feel watched, if you feel stalked, if you feel out of place, surround yourself with people that can help you. Okay, get professional help. But I definitely see you coming out of the situation feeling free, whether this person is out of prison or whether this person is generally the other things that I mentioned. I feel like you are going to, because you know what the crazy thing is a snake is here and the eagle. So what they actually say about the snake and the eagle is that when a snake tries to attack an eagle, what an eagle does is flies as high as it can go, okay, and the snake eventually it suffocates because as it goes higher there's a lack of oxygen, so eventually it, you know, it passes out or it dies up there in the sky and it falls and hits the ground, right? So that is how an eagle defeats. It flies higher and higher and higher. It rises above a situation. So I see you rising above a certain situation, a certain challenge that you may be dealing with, okay? We have here yin and yang, creating harmony through balance. So definitely there will be balance in the situation. There will be fairness. That's why I was like, some of you might be generally dealing with court, and there will be like fairness in the situation. Okay. If someone you're dealing with maybe is doing illegal work, or you know, some fraud, or someone is you know, someone is, you know, going against the law or manipulating the law in some sort of way or whatever. I just feel like generally you're going to get some sort of balance out of the situation, or there will be fairness. Something here will be revealed and seen, okay, and it will be fair. And it will be celebrated. I mean, you can even see the eagle over this celebration here. They're celebrating. Remember this eagle? Right. So angelic forces are with you at this time. Okay. I'm also seeing you also doing a lot of reflection. I feel like you going deep, going in for going within yourself to ask yourself the valid questions, to say, yeah, do I really need this person to feed me? Do I really need to be around this person? Do I really need to keep going back? Maybe it's like a toxic ex you keep going back to, you know, could be just generally a toxic ex, you know, that is nonchalant, that is, you know, not available for your needs, not going to give you what it is that you need, that is not going to value you, or that will make you a booty call for that matter. You know, like, you know, this person is this type of way, or you know, this type of energy is very familiar to you, you know what it comes with. I feel like you're going to finally learn that lesson, because I feel like you've been going in circles with this karmic debt or this lesson for so long. You keep choosing the same type of people, same type of men, or in different bodies, okay, or different women, you know, whatever, men, women, but yeah, you're no longer choosing situations that cut you anymore. You don't have to hold the knife, okay? Lost love, it says surrender, healing, and release. So you see, you're surrendering and you're releasing. You understand? The lost love. So maybe some of you, the obsession there, I don't like to say it, but the obsession could be that maybe you were tempted to go and bring back lost lava, you know, or you could have been the one dealing with situations where the obsession of your partner was doing like love spells, or was doing like islis, or like doing potions and whatever it may be, to make you love them, to make you want them, that type of thing, okay? Or you could have been tempted, who knows, I don't know. Okay, but I feel like you're healing through this. I feel like you're recovering from this traumatic experience, or whatever this may be, okay? Because this person could be like locked in doing like moon magic, you know, doing these spells during certain moon cycles, and you know, going in deep and trying to lure you back so that you serve them in some sort of way, okay? Maybe some of them would like doing mirror magic, calling you name, that kind of vibe. But I feel like because it is a fatal attraction if it gets to the point, right? Wanting someone who doesn't want you. So I do feel like the Wheel of Fortune is definitely going to turn in your favor. I feel like the wheel is going to turn around, and simply because of this reflection, you've definitely seen things more clearly here. You're seeing the truth. You're seeing there's going to be really some harsh revelations, and you're going to, accept the reality of those revelations. Full moon is like the light is being like the light is shining on the situation. Okay, so some really harsh truths here, but they're going to really put you in the right place or redirect you into the right direction. Selfishness, greed, materialism, mistakes, imperfection. So this is maybe the personality of the person you are dealing with or yourself. Okay, selfishness, maybe this person is very selfish, or maybe you grew very selfish. Greed, okay, being greedy, materialistic, maybe this is what also messed up things, or kind of like disconnected the both of you, is being materialistic. This person was materialistic, or you became materialistic in the situation. But I do see that there were some mistakes that were made, okay? And this highlighted the imperfections, the red flags, the flaws, all that. Obviously, we're not perfect, but I feel like you're seeing them more clearly now, that this is more consistent, and this person keeps choosing, to continuously make these mistakes. So I'm not going to buy, into this scam, into this fraud. This type of vibe. It says here, deeper meaning, attainment. It says optimism, selflessness. Okay. So you're seeing the deeper meaning in the situation. You're understanding it more clearly. It says here, everything you've planned for has worked out. Belonging, happiness, lasting success, home, feeling blessed, generosity, contentment, and family. So I do see that eventually you're going to find yourself in a position where you do have the family that you desire. After this case with the lost love situation, because some of you could have also just generally like lost hope with love, because of the kind of energy that has been following you around, the fatal attractions, the people that are constantly, not seeing your value, the relationships that always end up with heartbreak or disappointment and all that stuff. I see you finally being in a position where the things that you want to work out for you are going to work out for you. Everything you're planning, the children, the man, the woman, whatever, the home, whatever it is that you're planning for yourself in the future, I do see that building up to be the thing that becomes your reality. And simply because you're finally balancing your life out by being in a position where you're being aware of everything that is unfolding in front of you. Okay. So this is going to be a lasting success. You're going to have a beautiful home. For some of you, feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be a situation where you're dealing with someone who's like extremely toxic. For some of you, it could be just like you're in a relationship or you're building a home with someone, and you guys are seeing your differences, your imperfections, your flaws, and you're trying to find your balance in between that so that you're able to create a beautiful home. Okay. Some of you are trying not to repeat the same cycles from past relationships. Some of you are healing from past relationships while you're in a relationship. Okay, so you're working on yourself. Maybe for example, you'd see how you blurt out or you treat your partner, and you realize, oh, this is reflecting my triggers, my projection of things that I've went through in the past. So I really need to work on this so that I show up better and show up different in my relationship in order to nurse it and nurture it, right? So I do see some of you that you're really working on yourself so that you're able to build a happier home for yourself by also working through your own imperfections. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going to be feeling blessed through this time. I feel like you're going to be content, you're going to be feeling blessed. You're going to receive someone who's going to make you feel this way. I feel like this person is going to be very generous with you. Maybe before in the past, people weren't really generous, whether it is with the material. Maybe they were stingy with their material, like money, stingy with money, stingy with gifts. You never really received gifts and all that. And now you're finally being in the soft girl era or soft guy era, like you're living soft life, like you having a very generous partner who looks out for you, does the best. Okay. We have final manifestation, completion, the result of true will. So this is a result of true will. Okay, your will has to be stronger. Okay, so that you make the right choices for yourself. But this is you. This is complete. I feel like this is to say this is done deal. This fatal attraction, this obsession, whatever you're obsessed about, this person or this decision or whatever this imbalance was, the situation is being cleared and there's a fair result out of the situation. And your final manifestation is coming to life, and this could be your final manifestation, which is the 10 of Cups. You're finally receiving this gift or this home or this family or this lasting success. Okay, but you're also receiving all the other things that we mentioned, right? And then we have number 9. It says she has a drug problem, her father. So some of you could be a father to a daughter as well. Some of you could be a female who is struggling with like you have father issues. Okay, like you're having issues with your father as a girl. Okay, some of you, your father was the problem. Okay, it says she has a drug issue, her father. So the problem here is the father. Maybe some of you did have a drug problem. This is one of the things that you are conquering. But some of you could have been that the person that you were dealing with, this man or this masculine energy or this person of authority outside of you, is someone who was dealing with a drug problem. Okay, or they were dealing with an addiction or an obsession that affected you over time. This could have been something that they let control them, and it started affecting the way that they are with you. Okay. I do see that the blessings, you're going to be having some financial freedom here. You're going to be really free in terms of your finances. So if you were financially dependent on a person, I feel like you're going to finally have that opportunity. You're going to be provided with an opportunity to have a long-lasting success in to be able to stand up for yourself, okay, to provide for yourself, to get the things that you desire, so that you cut ties. Or this could be also someone who's in a situation where they are moving out. Maybe you were in a toxic environment, in a living environment. Okay, you grew up in a toxic environment, right? Or even if you didn't grow up there, but it's like maybe you were living in a toxic environment, and now you're finally being given the opportunity to be financially free enough to pay your own accommodation and build a better life for yourself. So some of you, I do see that for you, that you will be walking away in terms of your location as well, but you are going to have the finances to be able to provide a better life for yourself. So yeah. Okay, or this could also be like your studies. So it could be like your finances or your studies. So whatever it is, your studies are being successful. Maybe you're going to you're moving, you're going to residence that is close enough to school, or you're just finally getting your degree or getting your certification or whatever that will provide you this financial opportunity. Like you're going to get a bursary, that kind of thing. A loan or whatever. But I feel like you're going to be in a position, you could even be getting financial management in terms of you buying a home later on with this person that you create a family with, right? Some of you, maybe in the court case, you're dealing with someone, or you're in a position where you guys are filing for divorce, or you guys are splitting things. Like I said, it's going to be a fair situation though, where you're splitting the house and the car and this and this and that and that and that and that. Okay. What else do I see? Okay, and then we have the answers here. It says a year from now. So you may be meeting this person. better relationship or healthy relationship, because you still have to balance yourself. You need to balance your situation. You need to heal from this. Okay, you really need to heal from this. You need to recover. I feel like you also need to be independent so that you don't become codependent in relationships or with anyone. Hence, you're receiving this financial freedom. And I feel like you may also be with someone who's going to be wealthy. Maybe someone you're going to meet in the later future is a wealthy man or wealthy woman, that kind of thing. But when you guys are together, it's not a dependency situation. You both have your own things and you're very happy to share. Okay, forgiveness. So you're going to be going through a process, your preparation season, you're going to be forgiving. Lots and lots of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, in this scenario. Okay, lots and lots of forgiveness. But I see that for a year from now, your life is going to look completely different. A wheel of fortune, which is also things turning in your favor. It's like finally the universe is in place in a way that you can finally say, wow, I see A, B, C, and D. Like, it's going to be evident. Okay, and all because you've put in the work. Okay, definitely putting in the work in that heart chakra. Hey, all that forgiveness, and also letting go of the heartbreak, the disappointments, the betrayals, and also learning to trust again. I do see you learning to have better trust. Okay, trusting yourself most of all, because sometimes we question, we have trust issues because we question ourselves. We struggle with trust with ourselves because most of the time we find ourselves in positions where we give people benefits of the doubt, and we end up in bad situations with them, and then we regret it, right? So we have here goodness. Goodness, it says, I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. Okay, so you're finally also embracing the goodness. I feel like you're also opening up your heart chakra in a way that also you're allowing yourself to see the goodness in others, or to have faith in the goodness of others. But sometimes we can lose faith completely and be like, oh, the world is so bad and people are so bad, and I hate men, and I hate what I hate women, or whatever. It becomes that whole process where your anger is, leading your ego. So I feel like you're going to finally understand that, okay, I'm not going to use my ego now to get me to where I want to be. I have to refine my character, work on my imperfections as well, and overcome certain difficulties by making sure that I, forgive. I put myself out there so I can get this financial freedom. I need to put myself in a position of my own dependency. Okay, I depend on myself. All right. It says, am I communicating my needs? So maybe you might also be learning how to communicate your needs. Okay. Your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? It says, what are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Today's soul action. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting, and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? So this also goes back to you expressing your needs in a relationship. I feel like also understanding that if someone does not respect you communicating your needs and validate you in a relationship, then, oh, excuse me, then it means that person is not for you. Okay, that situation that you're in, you have to release it because it is not aligned with your desires, right? So you have to answer these questions. You have to ask yourself these valid questions and also answer them, okay, in your season of preparation. Let's read the last messages. Okay, we have moon magic, We have spoken about the moon magic, that the other person or maybe you could have been using a little bit of moon magic. But moon magic doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad. Some of you are just believers and that's part of your culture and the rituals and all that. As long as you use it for good for yourself and others, then that's great, But if it's meant to harm you or other people, then it's a problem, okay? But I do see that moon magic or certain moon phases are going to be very important to you, or they are to this person. It says you dream about them, fetch you, or watch you in your dreams. So might be someone you have, like, you dream about, or this is someone who fetches you in your dreams or watches you. Okay, this could be also like a monitoring kind of spirit. Okay, this fatal attraction, this could be like monitoring spirit. Like we said, it's like a monitoring kind of energy. Okay. Says you light up the room, so you might be someone who really lights up the room. Maybe that's kind of like why you also like pull some kind of obsession with people, because you light up the room and someone is really attracted to your lights. But I do see that also you're going to, when you meet this person that you're destined to be with, the soulmate, this healthy relationship, is going to be because you definitely light up the room and they're going to see you. I feel like they're going to feel that way. Maybe when they see you, they're going to feel like there's a light glowing, or I don't know, man. Like, there's going to be a moment, though, okay? But you're gonna stand out in the room, or wherever they see you, or whatever interaction you're gonna have. I feel like you're going to really like stand out and shine. They're going to see you, like really see you, okay? Like almost like they see your aura more than anything, okay? And then we have earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then we have mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, or Sagittarius. Okay. And then we have the letter U. Okay. Maybe name and surname, or any sign and symbolism of locations or anything. Healthy. So your health at this time is going to be a priority. So in your season of preparation, you're going to be prioritizing your health, your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. And I feel like you're also maybe going to be motivated to like, if it's a breakup situation, I feel like you're going to be motivated to like look better, feel better, that kind of vibe. Okay, this breakup is going to inspire you to put yourself out there, like in terms of like being more in touch with yourself, you also communicating your needs to yourself and not just other people. Okay. Soul ties, but we did speak about having a healthy connection, so you're going to build healthy soul ties after this big episode. Okay, so the challenges that you faced were mostly based on your soul ties. I do feel like a lot of you may have really dealt with some karmic relationships, and now you're coming into maybe like more divine connections, okay? Or you're trying to navigate your way through positive family wars. Some of you could have also been dealing with like soul ties with someone. Like I said, it could be like baby mama, baby daddy, okay, situation where there's a child involved. It could also be like family outside, where maybe there's family members who have too much influence in your relationship. Maybe there's like a mother who who overshadows you, who always wants to control their child, always wants to have a voice. Like I said, there could even be that interaction where it's like you're being cut off because of this, that kind of thing. So whatever situation you're in, it could be like family wars. There's like fights about this. Family is involved, okay? Could also be that this situation you're in, you could be fighting family wars in terms of like other people trying to actually interfere in your relationship using magic. Maybe this is moon magic, mirror magic, that kind of vibe. Maybe someone is really trying to make you stuck in karmic relationship, or this is someone who's trying to mess with your connection, putting your partner in a position where they betray you and stuff like that. So I do see that some of you, it could be like that. Cancer, Scorpio, the letter M or W. I still don't know. Life path master number 11. We have good side, inspiring, open-minded, perspective. And then we have bad side, seek validation, trying to fix everything, expectations. So you also may have been suffering from someone having really high expectations of you, but feel like you were also like you were always trying to please this person. You were always seeking validation, trying to fix everything, and it's like, stop trying to fix everything, okay? And the people you always try to seek their respect. Maybe this could be even your family, trying to seek validation from your family, trying to fix everything and all that. It's like, it's time to stop, okay? All right. 1919, it says meditate mindfulness and set clear intentions. So be very mindful and set clear intentions at this time with people, okay, with this new connection. Set clear intentions and be very mindful, but also set clear intentions with yourself, okay, for yourself. We have new beginnings, which is 000. And it says new beginnings and a fresh start. So definitely gonna have a fresh start here in a connection, okay? Says 1515, someone you love or loves you is thinking of you or has a message for you. So definitely there's a love connection coming soon. Someone is going to text you, message you, or you're gonna be communicating with someone that deeply has this affection, and you guys are really intimate in different ways, emotionally, physically, spiritually, that kind of way. There's like healthy soul tie here, okay? It says your faith or connection to the divine, okay? And then we have parent, mother or father. So this could be involving the family, could be your partners, could be you, okay? And we have illusions. So maybe you're really coming out of those illusions, the interference that spiritual interferences that we spoke about, or just the vocal, family members having a lot to say and all that. But you're coming out of illusions of whether it's the people outside in your relationship or that person that you're with that is causing these illusions. I see that you're starting to see their reality more clearly, and you're also not defining yourself based on that person, okay? Some of you, I really just see you breaking through the illusion as a couple. If you really are fighting through these spiritual wars with people outside of you, okay, or people are trying to interfere or cause some kind of disconnection in this connection, I do see that you guys are going to conquer this as a couple, okay? Or you guys are going to be communicating your needs a lot better, praying together, that kind of vibe, okay? You guys are going to be forgiving each other, working through your issues, that kind of situation. So I hope you guys are happy with the reading. Thank you so much, pile 2. If you chose pile number 3, you basically chose the World card, okay? Okay, so pile number 3, I'm going to read the signs and symbolisms first. Okay, the signs that we may have here is significant. Your grandparents may be significant in the reading. A female might be significant, or you might be a female. It says angel number 20. So angel numbers are 2020, 333, 222. Okay, and then the dates that we have is January, February, March, April, September, October, November. And then we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 19, 20, 33. These could be ages or dates, okay, or life path number. And the chakra is throat chakra. The zodiac signs or seasons could be air sign or Libra, or earth sign or Virgo, okay? Okay, so pile number 3, basically the challenges that I highlighted when I was writing notes is this pile, King of Wands, the Sun, and 2 of Wands. Okay, so with this pile, I do see that some of you may be suffering from like grief, okay? Some of you may be suffering from a loss. Maybe you lost a loved one. Some of you, this could be something that already happened or something that maybe will happen. And I'm really sorry. Condolences in advance. Loss is not nice, but we cannot control or stop grief We cannot control and stop death, okay? But I do see that here, this is a situation of life and death. So this could be a loss in terms of someone passing away, okay? This could be a grandparent. This could be a loved one. Because here it's a man and a female in two separate pictures, and then there's a man and a female in one picture, okay? So this might be really someone that you really bonded with. Like maybe you could have been like complete opposites, but you guys were the compatible kind of opposites. Some of you, this could have been a situation where this is someone who sort of like balanced you out or made you feel like they knew you better than anyone else, okay? So some of you could have been like battling with sickness, or this person was battling with sickness, okay? Or sad, or you could have been, you could have been dealing, your challenge is dealing with sadness, like depression, anxiety. You could have been grieving certain parts of yourself. Maybe you felt like you lost yourself. Maybe you felt lost for quite some time. Okay. Some of you, I feel like this pile, you guys could have been battling with like mental health or like your emotional health. I feel like some of you also maybe were dealing with certain regrets. Maybe like you blame yourself. You're like, if I was there, they wouldn't have died. Or if maybe if you were there for the, the experience when they passed away, like I should have done this, I should have done that, should have, could have, whatever. I see a lot of should have, could have, would have. Okay. I see also regret with like certain things that did affect your emotional and mental health, like certain choices that maybe you had made, that did affect you in a negative way in terms of your mental and emotional health. I feel like there might have been a lot of regrets in those ways. Some of you, maybe your regrets is like not chasing your dreams, not following your dreams, not pursuing a certain career, not doing it this way, not doing it that way, not finishing this study, not doing, this relates to like your career of your dreams, okay? You following your dreams, okay? Maybe some of you, your losses were related to you chasing your dreams. In the process of you going after your dreams, trying to pursue a certain career, there were losses that you had experienced, and this brought grief. Okay. Some of you also, your challenges might generally be your dreams, like your dream when you're sleeping. You might be struggling with like nightmares. You might be someone who's like struggling with interpreting your dreams. You might be someone who is maybe even dreaming about this past loved one, and you're triggered every time you dream about this past loved one. You're very triggered in some sort of way. Maybe it brings a sense of that the feeling of loss again, or the feeling of sadness again, that kind of situation. Okay. Some of you could be generally dreaming about your loss, your dreams, that you feel like you missed opportunities, and yeah. Okay. So some of the challenges that you guys are going through, okay, so we have here number 20. It says loss, grief, sadness, and resurrection, right? I feel like you're going to resurrect. You're going to come out of this space of grief. Once also you also start accepting that you really had no control over what happened. You did not have control over the death. You did not have control over the missed opportunities as well. Okay. I feel like certain things were just not meant to happen. So I'm hearing here for someone that delay was protection, rejection was protection. And I feel like you think maybe you did things wrong, or you didn't do enough. Maybe a little bit true to a certain extent, but I feel like it was meant to be this way. It's almost like you were meant to end up where you are, because here I see that you finally been given a ladder to kind of like, rise up to the sun, right? So you're being put in the right position. So if maybe you didn't have a job for like a year, and you're like, I'm trying to apply, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to finish that, I'm trying to, and you weren't being given an opportunity, like you would pray your way through it, and you're like, oh my god, why is this not happening for me? Why do I have to struggle? Why do I have to? And it's like, yeah, but we were still trying to get you into the right space, in terms of like preparing for the right job, in terms of a good healthy environment. Sometimes you can have a job but not have a good working environment, right? So it deteriorates your mental health and all of that stuff, and that blessing doesn't even feel like a blessing anymore. So you are being put in a position where you are being prepared for things that feel better as well, and not just only to cover certain points of your life, that okay, this is for survival, but your mental health is not taken care of. No, it's like now, your preparations is like you're being prepared for all those things. Okay, having a healthy environment, having a good mental health, having a good emotional health, okay, being stable in some shape or form. So whatever you take action in is something that should give you good results. Okay, so whatever is being prepared for you in the season is things, is basically bringing a sense of emotional and mental health. I see that also if you were going through, like maybe some of you were struggling with um like um like chronic sickness, chronic disease, chronic illness, that type of situation. Some of you may have dealt with, like maybe you were dealing with like a sickness where they said there's no cure, that kind of situation, like you're really struggling. It's like a heavy grief. So or the person that you love could have been the one you watched them go through this, right? And I feel like this is a situation where you're going to be healing from this, okay? Whether you're going to heal from the sickness itself, like there will eventually be a solution. Whether, for example, so if, for example, someone said, oh, this cannot be cured, I see you just being able to maintain a long life living with this, ne? Whether it's a chronic white or this or that, I see you just finding ways to maintain your life, like finding ways to maintain a happy life while you are living with this struggle, okay? um for some of you, I feel like your healing process is also just you finding solutions to have a healthier, like lifestyle. Some of you are going to be given a cure, or being given a solution to heal this sickness, in some sort of way. But either way, I feel like is a resolution. There's a healing that will be provided, okay? You receiving healing mentally, emotionally, in that kind of way, reconnecting with your true nature, okay? So maybe you're also healing from this grief, because the thing about grief is that we turn to, when we lose people that we love, we turn to focus on the loss instead of the memories shared. So we end up looking at them in a light of sadness. So every time you think of this person, now you're sad, instead of thinking of the version of them that made you happy, the memories that you shared, the parts of you that remind you of happy moments, happy memories. We end up just always focusing on the loss itself, the end of that connection. We always focus towards those last days instead of actually the life that we lived with them. So now we have sad and regretful memories, whereas we should be focusing on really good memories. Every time you think of them, thinking good things, saying good things, feeling good, basically. So I feel like you are gonna start healing from this grief, okay? Some of you may also be generally surrounded by like your male ancestors, like masculine ancestors, like abomkhulu, your grandfathers, your great grandfathers, your father, your uncle, whatever it may be. It's like you're being surrounded by a support system of masculine energy, okay? But also grandparents. It can be like a team, okay? But I do see that here, um this person that you lost, it could have been a male. Okay, this person that you lost is watching over you at this time. Okay, I feel like we have all life answers are within. So I feel like also the dreams, maybe if you are dreaming about this person, I feel like they are going to give you the closure or the comfort or the answers that you seek. Okay, maybe if you're like wondering, um why me, or why did you leave me, or why did this happen, or why did this, I feel like you're going to start receiving answers or some sort of closure to get through this. Okay, it says here wisdom, sought, solitude, inner truth, divine inspiration, enlightenment. So you're going to have a sense of enlightenment or a realization or an aha moment. I feel like you're going to have a lot of aha moments in your space of solitude, because I do feel like you're going to isolate yourself during time of grief. Okay, says selflessness, integration, and attainment. But you're definitely going to attain the things that you want. Okay, because I do feel like you're going to face this grief, you're going to face this loss, you're going to face this reality about your life, you're going to deal with your mental health, you're going to deal with your thoughts. You're not all gonna run it, because some of you, maybe you like used to numb the feeling, maybe used to have like use substances to if it could be even painkillers, guys, painkillers, using like being addicted to a substance to feel better, to feel a certain way, whether it's even sleeping pills, whether it's hectic drugs or whatever. Could be, like I said, this could have been just to manage yourself, like to just survive the next day and the next day, right? So but I do feel like you are literally conquering how much power you've allowed this grief or this loss, or the sickness to kind of like take over your life, right? You're taking charge, you're seeing it for what it is, and you're seeing that life has so much value, and you are deciding, this is what I want to do with my life. I'm not going to be stuck on this one part or this version of my life. I'm going to do something about it. Okay, I'm seeing that a lot of truth is being shown or coming out about certain situations. Maybe also having a revelation or truth about what actually really happened to this person when they passed away and why it happened the way it happened. You may be getting answers about that. Okay, if it was like an unfair kind of situation, maybe their death was unfair and you're finally finding closure or justice about the situation. Some of you, it says release, optimism, forgiveness, alienation, distraction, and recovery. So you're definitely recovering from this. Okay, like I said, maybe you could have been trying to distract yourself with certain things, crowds, people, situations. Some of you may be sex addiction. Okay, some of you may be having like sex addiction. You're trying to distract yourself with sex addictions. Okay, so some of you might be also Aries, I heard. Okay, but I do feel like you're going to become more optimistic about your life. Okay, and I do see forgiveness. I think forgiving yourself and also forgiving others. Okay, releasing also just this these questions or this mindset you've had for so long that has kept you captive, like that has held you down or locked you down. Okay, or created this burden on your shoulders and has dragged you all the way to rock bottom. Okay, because most of you, I feel like your challenge is going to be more internal. Okay, it's the dialogue you have with yourself, it's the way that you exaggerate or feel about something, or you constantly repetitively think of that situation. Like I said, that memory, that obsession of that memory of that loss over and over again. Okay, so it's like you're finally going to free yourself, you're going to alienate, you're going to move away from, or you're going to almost like abandon it. Okay, it's like, yeah, I'm no longer there. Okay, I've recovered from this. It says growth, energy, groups, and community. So obviously, for some of you, if you really need support and help, guys, please reach out. Go to like community groups. If, for example, if you know someone is struggling with addiction, go to communities that help with that. If you know that you're struggling with grief, go to communities that help with that. If you know that you're going through postpartum, go to communities that help with that. Okay, whatever loss, if you feel like you're grieving parts of yourself or versions of your life that remind you of so much loss and so much grief, know that you're not trapped there, you're not stuck there. There is healing here. Okay, there are blessings out of this, and you're going to outgrow this version of your life that you want to let go. Okay, so also the blessings that I wrote here were the healing retreat. So some of you might be going on holiday or a retreat, vacation with family, or with someone that you are, you hold dear or close to, or even if it's just you, but I feel like you're going to go and relax, do something that is going to make you relax. I feel like also your blessing is going to be your health and rest. You're finally going to rest. This could have felt like the biggest war of your life. Okay, and you're finally resting. You're in your resting season. You're feeling healthy again. Okay, you're feeling better. Okay, it says I said a way forward. So you're going to have a way forward. You're going to receive a way forward, whether it's going to, you see a therapist and, a psychologist or whatever it may be. But it's like you're going to receive a way forward. You're going to have help in terms of how to move forward from, this chapter of your life. There's going to be resolutions. There's going to be solutions for you. Okay, I do see you being assisted with actual solutions to your problems. Okay, it says event of celebration or success. So you're going to be celebrating through like some sort of event. You're going to have like this big event to celebrate. And I also see that some of you, or you're going to be part of someone's celebration. There's an event, you're going to be invited, but there's some sort of event that you're going to celebrate, and there's an inheritance for some of you from this past loved one or these grandparents, if it's both of them or one, or whoever this person that you may relate to in this reading, this loss, this person you're grieving. I feel like you definitely going to be receiving some sort of inheritance from this person. They're going to leave something behind, or even if they are being the guiding light on the other side. Okay, literally being a guiding light on the other side. Okay, listen to your heart. See, there's definitely that guiding light, someone you hold dear in your heart. Okay, and then we have here no. Okay, say no, maybe those addictions. Okay, distractions, situations that do not serve the best version of you. Okay, so you'll be learning to say no, maybe even to your unhealthy thoughts. Okay, those thoughts that try to really mess with your head. Okay, and then we have within the next few months. Okay, so your timeline is within the next few months. There's going to be some results. Okay, it says dependency cannot be cured, but it can be captured. So we're speaking about a cure, but like I said, maybe you're feeling really stuck. Okay, you don't know how to get out of this. Okay, might be a female. Okay, and then we have unsafe condition, report unsafe conditions. So maybe some of you could have been struggling with like suicidal thoughts, or situations where you just didn't want to live anymore. Maybe you weren't brave enough to even do it, but you just struggled with your mental health or your emotional health. Situations where you were slipping. Okay, you could have also been, in situations, you could have ended up in situations grieving, like I said, experiences where you were making choices that made you feel trapped or kept you trapped. Okay, or you slipped, you fell. Okay, rock bottom, whatever it may be. It says, how can I be, okay, let's read this one first. It says, learning to love myself. So you're learning to love yourself. It says, I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strength. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. Oh, so you're embracing a lot of good things about yourself. I think you're coming out as, you know, out of this space, and you're finally, I think being kind to yourself more than anything. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? So offer yourself grace and be kind, okay? You've went through a lot. It says growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, we are able to give the world more grace. Medicine, so some of you definitely that medication. Somebody saw action. Today saw action. It says, look at yourself with a grace glitter. Okay, I don't even know because that's in cursive. Okay, look at yourself with grace. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critique. Fill in that hole with your soul's truth. You are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. Okay? And then the last few messages here, we have Sagittarius. Okay? We have Capricorn. We have Gemini. Okay, ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe you lost a boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay. Or maybe you were just dealing with the situation where your mental health deteriorated because of the way that you felt. You had to learn to love yourself in a situation. Okay, you had to be more kind. Maybe you were hung up, or they were hung up, an ex was hung up, but it's like you're really coming out of a situation that you let feed on you in a negative way, or it had so much power over you, okay, because you had that loss, that heartbreak, right? So you're healing from this. It says parties. Maybe you're partying a lot, the distractions, or maybe it just means go party a little bit. Maybe you've been way too isolated. It's time to go party, go have fun. The events that we're talking about. But some of you obviously don't do too much. Don't be too distracted. Don't overindulge. Okay, discernment. We have discernment. So discern blue, turquoise, maybe the colors you see. Root chakra, we have safety, survival, foundation. So that also may be a highlight. Your safety, your survival, and foundation. So no longer just surviving, but building a foundation where you feel safe. Okay. The letter X, name, surname, or location, or whatever it may be. 666, your thoughts need some refocusing. Reconnect with your spirituality and release bad habits. Reflect. We have 888, lots of money, honey. Financial abundance is on its way to you right now. Everything is falling into place. Harmony, says abundance. We have 1212, your angels on here. You are surrounded in love and light. Okay, and then we have 1717, moment of revival, coming back better and stronger. So you're definitely coming back better and stronger. This is like a comeback. Even if it was rock bottom, this is like a big comeback. Spiritual, okay, so you're growing your spirituality, you're becoming stronger spiritually, you're being in touch with your spiritual lifestyle. You're enhancing it so that you're able to come out of this really negative phase of your life with this cloud over your shoulders. Courage and strength, so you're gaining courage and strength at this time. It says move in silence, be private, so move in silence as well. Okay, don't tell everybody everything. Isithunzi umkhovu, so some of you, maybe you went through an experience where you were dealing with situations where family was, like, your family member that passed away could have been in a situation where they were trying to make them umkhovu, like they were trying to make them a zombie, or someone was trying to make you a zombie. Okay, maybe this relationship, someone was trying to boss you around, control you, and make you a zombie. So either way, could have been that on the other side, the spiritual life on the other side, they were trying to make this family member that control them, make them some kind of negative mkhovu, like a zombie or whatever, and use them for negative things. So you may have been dealing with that spiritually. Maybe you're helping to free this person in the spirit, and you're helping them navigate into the other side of the spirit world. So if you are that spiritual, maybe you're dealing with that. Okay, regrets, it confirms